good, so here you have a wall, and then you have a little alveolus right there coming off of it. And you can, if you get close enough, you can see that this is pretty much simple cuboidal with a little smooth muscle. You can pick up some smooth muscle behind it. And but because you have that little outpocketing of the alveoli, any guesses as to what this structure would be here? What does the alveolus tell you is happening? You're in the respiratory zone. If you just have one embedded in that, and there's not a whole lot next to it, you just have one, and it looks like maybe there was one on this side. This is, any thoughts? This is going to be the very beginning of the respiratory zone. And what's the first structure you would encounter? Respiratory bronchiole. Respiratory bronchiole. All of these, I mean, these are all kind of hard to tell if it's an alveolus proper or an alveolar sac. Not much I can really discriminate there, but that was a pretty good respiratory bronchiole. Also on here, which is kind of nice. What do you guys think that big thing is there? Look at that big, thick, smooth muscle wall. This is an artery. That's an artery. If you go to this large cavity, what do you see here? Anybody want to take a guess at what this is? What's that? Cartilage. Cartilage. That's hyaline
cartilage, yeah.
And it's we lose a little bit over there.
Hyaline cartilage.
But hopefully that kind of looks like the cartilage rings that you see in the trachea, and it's much more better. What am I trying to say? It's a lot clearer under there. If you look at it under the microscope, but these are cartilage plates, and so this big opening is folded from the cutting, but this is supported by plates of cartilage. This is going to be stratified, pseudostratified columnar epithelial tissue here. It's not the trachea, but it's definitely a bronchus. It's definitely a bronchus, right? So it's definitely it's probably a higher order bronchus there. And this slide is really good at showing that. You're right in the lungs, so you're not in the trachea. The trachea doesn't go into the lungs. But you've got some, here's an even better view. You guys see the cartilage plates there? And hopefully that you can discriminate between the cartilage and other tissues. And this one has quite a significant, robust cartilage support around that one. If you go in, you can see the plates. You can see some other tubes in there, and you get a good close-up view. You can see surrounding it. You would see a smooth muscle surrounding this whole thing, and no cartilage plates supporting it. Pretty much simple columnar. If you look at it closely, if you get close enough in there, I see it's simple columnar, and this would be just a bronchiole. It's also small, less than 1 millimeter. We're on, in the whole field of view, if you remember, the whole field of view is about 5 millimeters, and that's way less than a fifth. This only shows you a portion of the field of view in the regular microscope. So you can kind of use your size guide as well to help you identify different structures on here. Anyway, that's probably not as good as I didn't spend a lot of time.